Hello, welcome everyone to another Umineko stream. It's time for loads and loads of fun as we witness something that totally isn't happening with the totally not real magic duel. What the fuck? Nito, why are you making us do this? I got my chair. Okay. Now, if for anyone who since I don't want to have to actually explain it because it's fucking long-ass explanation, please go check the description of this stream for an idea of what my current theory on the Beatrice timeline is. If you cannot see it, please refresh the stream so you can. I recommend this because, holy shit, it's long. It's it's all my thoughts that I had after the KUMASAWA reveal, and it's probably might be slightly important. Rush, I'm not in denial. I'm having an aneurysm is a better way of putting it. If you can see the theory I put in the description of the video of the stream, you'll understand. Anyway, let's get to this. I felt like my brain was gonna burn when I was writing that shite down. I have time to watch now, Carrie. Awesome. You're in time for some bullshit. Seriously, that theory I've come up with is something else. Your 2 episodes behind this should be fun. Oh, you poor motherfucker. Okay. Sorry. Rush, why? Exploding useless towers! Arise, giant soldier, battle line! Holy block the divine fear through shields and chests! Oh, I'm sorry, Beatrice is currently having a magical motherfucking battle with KUMASAWA! By the way, KUMASAWA is Beatrice, the silver version! It gets more confusing! The shoulder war towers exploded in gold. They became several billion gold butterflies. Who's KUMASAWA? Oh, she's just Beatrice. The mystery fucking one. Not the one that was the one that has silver hair. She's not Beatrice. By the way, there's multiple Beatrices. Those butterflies took the shape of 7 massive armored soldiers. Each stretched a full 50 Marut into the sky. By the way, the Marutism is from a Ghibli film. Don't ask. And they lined up in front of Beatrice, spraying their master, holding massive shields which tower like windmills. What the fuck? The massive sight was an evocative of a mountain range. The witch hiding behind them was like a small moon hiding behind the mountains. Once in the past, when the massive shields the giants held had been raided by the whole giant regiment, they protected King Wilhelm's castle not only from arrows but from wind and the rain. And when they faced upwards and held their shields, they not a single raindrop had gotten through. Oh look, it's KUMASAWA. I'm confused too. Foolish. How pitiful is the witch who has forgotten her respect for the divine. Did you think that giants could defend against the spear of the gods? Indeed. No matter how much human metal you are on with, you cannot block a spear of the gods. A wonderful appellate's mate by Madame. Is that another fucking food? What's an epaulette mate? Oh, it's a fucking chess move, isn't it? No way! Beatrice-sama! Of course I haven't forgotten, Master! Come, arise, Hephaestus and his disciples! I don't get this shit at all. Or rather, I don't get this specific, like, okay, my entire theory came about because I was like, oh, KUMASAWA was that Beatrice? Okay, I can make this theory now. Cool. There's still a lot of questions to be made, though, of course. Bestow upon me a worthy shield. A whirlwind arose at the feet of the giant soldiers. It was a group of countless butterflies. They attached themselves to massive shields like gold leaf, sparkling like they were a gold mirror. That was the absolute defensive wall that the king gods gave to the goddess. The Aegis shield. When the holy spear, which lifted a dignified tail behind like a comet, crashed in the mountain range of that gold shield, there was a terrible thunderous roar, the cracking of the pillars that held up in the heavens. What? This was a murder mystery? I think you're lying. Harry, obviously, was always a fucking insanity game. The divine spear spun around and around, sent flying in the direction the sun sets. Impossible. She defended against the divine spear. No, that is correct. The holy spear avoided the impact. That is not correct, rather. It is the law of the gods, an absolute spear and an absolute shield must not fight each other. Although in the end, it means the same thing as defending against it. Look, third impact was averted, Carrie. Please, come on now. Churlish fighting appears to be the only area in which your skills have improved. Or rather, it seems that you're still as bad as ever at this kind of game, Master. It's my turn to strike back. I shall follow the code and counter spear with a spear. The giant soldier battle line, which had fully blocked the divine sphere, released their holy gold shields. The shields swept the earth, making the ground shake. Then another golden whirlwind arise. And the 7 gold shields changed their form into 7 massive spears of lightning laying on the ground. In unison, each of the giants lifted a leg high and firmly stomped the tips of the handles. What did the giants fucking... were there even giants in the original VN? Like, did they even show them? Probably not. As the earth shook with a thunderous sound, the 7 lightning spears spun beautifully and flew above the giant's head soldiers. They covered everywhere in a spray of gold as began to fall before the giants. Each of the giants squared off, and with the force of their whole body, they kicked and smashed them into pieces. Those rolling pieces numbered exactly 30 each, making lightning spears of exactly the same size as the original. Okay, while this insanity is happening, I'm going to pose a question to chat, since I have answered for myself, at least for now, who Beatrice could be, which is still like 4 different people could be Beatrice at the minute, and literally everyone who was ever a con from Gospel House and a servant at the mansion could be Beatrice, but you know, I'm satisfied with that for now. How the fuck did everyone die in reality? I would like to remind everyone, at the end of episode 1, we were kind of informed that their bodies, they couldn't tell how many people died, and the bodies were in such bad shape that, at least for most of them, they couldn't fucking get even dental records access. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck happens that causes that kind of shit to happen? The bodies to be, like, that bad. The best explanation I could come up with in my mind was a fire enveloped the entirety of the house, and, you know, like, if it got hot enough, it would certainly do damage. which made 210 for all 7 of them, and all of them, those burst at once, each spelling to 30 thorns, so there were 6,300. They began a thundercloud barrage, drawing out a beautiful geometric pattern. And then each of those changed into 3 bolts of lightning, so that 18,900 thunderbolts shot at the predecessor Beatrice. That probably sounds cooler in Japanese. It's over! Beatrice-sama! I would expect nothing less. From Madame. Certainly, a bundle of almost 20,000 thunderbolts should have reduced Master's body to dust. But there was no impact. Beatrice knew immediately that she had been fooled. At that moment, from the direction the sun was supposed to set, she felt an impossible ray of sunlight. A brilliant ray of light shone on her profile. It was the figure of the Master, holding aloft the spear of the gods that had supposed to have been repelled a short while ago. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the fuck this. I had an idea of what the battle, what like Canon and Jessica's death meant in episode 2. I had an idea there. Here, I'm a lot more lost on what this could represent currently. She bore brilliant radiance like the sun on her back and made to shine on the incarnation of darkness. Beatrice, watching from there, was trapped like a mouse in a cage, caught in a dead end formed by the giant soldier battle line. By now, the predecessor Beatrice has seized a position directly alongside the giant soldier battle line. Now we are done playing. Now we are done playing, Beatrice. Have I exposed my flame? A bold expression had faltered once before now, but now it twisted for the first time. In fact, the Beatrice took her gun, the predecessor Beatrice released the holy spear. In midair, it spun up into the air once more and changed its form once again. Come, arise, the Vergar brothers. Bestow upon me the giant smashing iron hammer of heaven. Giant soldiers, protect me! What are you doing, you slowpokes? But it was no longer a spear, but the whirlwind of a massive hammer that raised a sound like a thunderstorm as it flew through the air. It was a legendary hammer that had shaken the king of the frost giants, so the giant soldiers couldn't escape from that fear. So no matter how much the masters ordered them, they couldn't block the path of that hammer. It's more like D&D than Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd say, Carrie. Bakurank mate. Rest in peace. Damn it! Damn it! Before the whirlwind, this massive chunk of metal, Beatrice was nothing more than a mere speck. The instant the whirlwind started to suck Beatrice in, Beatrice's form turned into a massive war tower. The iron hammer smashed the war tower, scattered tremendous amounts of rubble, but did not reach she who had escaped beneath it. We were gonna make a Yu-Gi-Oh joke last stream, but you never found the right time. I was just so into things. Well, at least I was into things. Now I'm just confused by things. Furthermore, when the smoke started to settle, the war tower had sucked in the massive iron hammer without crumbling and blocked the way. Even the giant smashing iron hammer couldn't break through the final tower protecting the witch. Are the towers... What the fuck do the towers mean? Great. However, this tower was in fact the witch's last trump card. It was a war tower dodging that could only save her from danger once. This tower is impregnable. No weapon could break through it. Just then, the moon disappeared. And as Beatrice hid in the shadows of the giant soldier battle line in the war tower, she looked up at the sky. Why are we fucking in SM goddamn T? What the fuck? Once you did, inside the moon was a figure of a massive horse ridden by the god of war and death. The Professor Beatrice rode the horse with him. This is just fucking SMT now. His cloak had blocked the moon, swallowed in an eerie shadow. And the spear of the gods was in his hand once more. It was another word, a godly knight who had jumped over the ramparts formed by the giant soldiers and the war tower, attacking from the heavens. I'm sorry, what the fuck did that say about checkmating? You got me. Smothered mate. It was fun, Beatrice. Huh. Damn it, she didn't get Sendus. Ah, fuck, I can't say those words. On her Odin summon. Yeah, it really sucks. She didn't build her Odin correctly. Also, this is the second person today who's fought Beatrice. You know, I'm sorry, or fought against, like, her killings. In the last game, there was no real sign of that except for once. Is that gonna happen more? I cannot scream that well. The struggle to the death between two witches of the same name was resolved. Oh, sorry, that sounded like take a, what's it called? Take a high, fuck, I can't. It's the all buff, it's the buff clear one, I believe, is what I was thinking of. Does he ever be the old woman who was with the doctor? What? With, like, Dr. Nanjo? What the fuck do you mean? The spear that had been launched from the heavens pierced the ground. The giant soldier battle line and the war tower split up into countless gold butterflies surrounding the area in a golden storm. You don't know who Kumasawa is? What? You're being serious? Okay. Kumasawa. This is Kumasawa. Remember her? She's the fucking servant who's a bit of a coward sometimes. Yeah, yeah, this is who she was. The old woman, yeah. She's Beatrice, or at least the predecessor Beatrice. Then the sound of thunder, and the sound of the falling rain and wind. Suddenly that place was the empty rose garden once more. The butler and the rest were watching two witches confronting each other. Only Beatrice was different. She had been pierced straight through by the spear, from the base of her neck and her right shoulder to her left buttock. I didn't even reach the ground with her feet. Horribly exposed like a pitiful pinned butterfly, tormented by the wind and rain. Beatrice-sama. Truly, she is a fearsome person. It is decided, Beatrice. Is she actually gonna fail to kill Kumasawa? That's gonna have some fucking interesting implications on the story. Beatrice wore a bitter smile of false courage, but a strand of blood dangled from her mouth made her look even more pitiful. The title and power of the Endless Witch. You now return them to me along with the name Beatrice. What was this episode fucking called again? I can't remember now. You're too immature to be called the Endless Witch. Stop. Forgive me, Master. I was just fooling around, okay? I will take my name back from you. I will return you to your original form. Relinquish this power which is beyond you, and live a life suitable for yourself. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? The predecessor Beatrice begins to recite the words of power. When she did, a small golden butterflies gathered around the skewered Beatrice and began to swarm about her. The episode's title was Banquet of the Witch. Oh, well... Like butterflies sucking the nectar out of flowers, they began to suck the magical power out of Beatrice. It seemed that caused her intense pain. A cry of agony escaped from Beatrice's mouth. Valor, can you talk during this one? I feel like it... Can you talk again? I feel like it's really important to talk right now. She no longer had any power to resist. Come, try closing your eyes. Try to remember. What form did you have? Come, Beatrice. Repeat it with me. Let us chant together. Then it will be over in no time. Let us end your pain as fast as possible. Balor's too busy crying in the corner to do play-by-play, BB. Apologies. Balor, get your ass over here! This shit's important! No, don't take it literally. You gotta fucking see it anyway, though. You're right. How long has it been? Since I chanted with you, Master. Now, together. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? Come, try to remember. What form did you have? And the two of them began to recite the same chant. More and more gold butterflies dance around, swarming around Beatrice. It's all right, my lady. You will lose the fact that you are my disciple. But that will not change the fact that you are the lady I serve. And that plays into my theory that I have down below not too badly. After that, I shall read a book for you again. Oh, the idea that Beatrice was Kumasawa and that she basically was based... look, I'm not going to explain the entire fucking thing again. It's complicated and I'm not good at talking. I shall bake you apple pies again. Just like it was long ago. Come, try to remember. Yes, try to remember. Are you finally starting to remember? Well, Master? Did you remember? That thing behind you? What is this? This is... When the predecessor Beatrice looked behind her, there was a creepy hedgehog crouching there. No, it was herself. There was another predecessor Beatrice whose whole body was packed with ballista shots. Lying like a pincushion doll. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? No, I suppose that's wrong. Come, try to remember. How were you killed? I mean, admittedly, Rush, that theory only is my theory relating to Beatrice's identity. I still have questions. I think I want to move on to my next question while that theory still holds water of how the fuck did everyone die? Or what happened at the mansion? Because I don't know, Kojima, because I still don't have an answer to that part of this mystery, which is incredibly fucking important, too. Honestly, I'm probably not going to be able to solve this mystery entirely until I can figure out more parts of the questions. Because what does it matter if Beatrice is one of the Gospel House servants if I don't know how the crime could have been committed? The predecessor Beatrice was shocked. Instantly her form began to grow faint. Also kind of confirm, this scene does kind of confirm with the entire return to your form that Beatrice isn't Beatrice and fits into the theory that Kinzo's a fairy fucked up motherfucker. Seriously, if my theory is right, Jesus Christ, Kinzo's horrible. When did you... In the beginning, I did not summon shoulder towers. They were quadruplet towers. Master nonchalantly stepped across the 7th rank broke boundary of death created by 2 hidden towers. But you're looking into the distance on either side of you. It was bad manners for me to say check so late. Let me openly apologize. That had been decided at the very beginning. It had been over since the time the predecessor leaned forward, readying her Holy Spirit to attack Beatrice, who had been wedged between her shoulder towers. The hidden towers along either side had bathed her in a windstorm of ballista shots from 720 ports on both sides, hitting her and killing her. However, Beatrice had wanted to resolve with that. She had wanted to make her master take her next move, and I continued acting as though the game was still on. She had immediately revived her with the endless power, and made her continue the game as though nothing had happened. Then the predecessor slowly remembered that she had already been killed, and began to completely erase her form. When she did, the spirit which had pierced Beatrice also erased itself. Oh yeah, Victor, you can, if you open up the description of this one, you can see my entire theory. I wrote it down because holy shit is it complicated. I mean, Rush, what we've definitely seen Kinzo do is already fucked up enough. The man basically told Eva, yeah, you're fucking worthless. What the fuck are you, a woman? Oh yeah, you are. Fuck off. Beatrice finally fell and landed on her feet. There wasn't even a trace of a scar. It was fun, Master. You want to play again? I'll revive you anytime. And once that we've had some fun, I'll make you remember that you were a corpse again. Okay. I'm fully obeying what you taught me, you know. Can you say to always put a toy back in the box when you're done playing with it? Was it an easy victory? You fool! It was a difficult victory! I hadn't tricked her with the quadruplet towers. I would have been the one to die. As I would expect from my master. But now, I may feel proud. Now I've completely surpassed my master. He also kept a girl that most likely his illegitimate daughter confined to a hidden mansion on Iceland Island for a yet to be undetermined number of years. Yes, it's incredibly fucked up. It goes along with my theory, and I despise it in many ways because that makes Kinzo such an unbelievable piece of shit. I mean, yes, it would be quite disastrous if his wife met this illegitimate daughter, but still, what the fuck? Thank you. So, Victor, what do you think of the insanity of me fucking thinking on what's happened for like for a good while? Ronove, make Master's remains a little better. I haven't lost my respect for that much. Certainly. Tonight's first twilight will become a little too riotous. It will require some cleaning up. He purchased an orphan clearinghouse to make his Beatrice factory, though. Gotta admit, the man's fucking committed. Yeah, it checks out a lot. You think that Shannon and Ken are weird and you haven't made to shake it off. I mean, the theory works out decently well. In many ways, there's nothing that contradicts it. A big problem I was actually coming across when I was trying to figure out a timeline for Beatrice was the question of, if Beatrice died, how does she know about the story of how Beatrice died? Or that and this is a different Beatrice? How the fuck does she know about how Beatrice died, you know? And because Rosa obviously wouldn't have told anyone. She fucking never did tell anyone. So someone else had to be there to witness. And I was racking my head trying to figure out who the fuck could have been there to witness it. The theory I came to was either Beatrice herself saw it, which fucks things a bit because then where the fuck did Beatrice come from? Is she a third child or something? It'd be a bit weird. But then Kumasawa revealed herself to be the silver-haired Beatrice and was like, oh fuck, she fits in perfectly in this timeline then. As like the witness who can keep that information alive, like that works. It shall be handled immediately. Goats, it is time to clean up. When Ronove snapped his fingers, blazing, sparkling eyes began to blink open in the shadows of darkness, becoming goat-headed attendants, which appeared one after another, slowly out of the black. One by one, they lined up behind Ronove's back, wordlessly staying at attention. Hold on, let me just... There's also the brief window where I thought Kumasawa was the mistress. Yeah, but I kind of had to get rid of that because, you know, I looked back and Genji said the mistress died, which, you know, puts a damper on that theory. Yeah, Victor, what just got revealed was that right before this, during this fight, it was revealed that Kumasawa is the silver-haired Beatrice. And while I'm gonna take the magic fight with a fucking grain of salt, I'll take that little bit of info as true. Another locked room format? I am not in the mood to think now. I will leave it to you. An extraordinary locked room to torment battle through wood. Still not exactly sure how Lambda Delta has influenced this episode so far. It shall be extraordinary. Beatrice, I don't know if you should be laughing. You seem to have been exhausted at that point. Alright, where is Battler? Battler, do you watch my big moment? Having shown that screwed up magical storm, what can I deny? A very reasonable reaction from Battler. You would just exist, I ask? After all those kabooms and kabangs, having shown all that tremendous fancy, what can I deny now? I don't get it anymore! It was like this last time too, but how can I deny that awesome, wonderful, magical battle? I know, right? After watching this, you can't tell your way out of me anymore, can you? Alright, Battle, let me use some ridiculous reasoning. And this episode is supposed to be a step down in difficulty? I mean, technically I figured out a fuck ton more from this episode already and have a theory on who the fuck Beatrice is. That's a big step up. Talking about the individual mystery in this episode, though, fuck if it's more confusing in some ways. My lady, your laugh is undignified. Your laugh is undignified. Oh, my apologies. But I am not to blame. After all, when Battler tries to close his eyes, grinds to see shows me that ever so bitter expression. It just automatically slips out of my mouth, you see.
So, Battler-sama.
Come, Battler-sama. Why don't you return to the table without losing heart? My lady is expecting your counterattack, you see. Fuck you! How are we gonna make a counter-argument? In the first place, this has all been fucked up since about the time that tower sprung up out of the earth. Should I say that actually underground on Rojino that they great fat father or massive transforming combining robots or something? Like pushing a button and strange tower sprouts up? Right, and then there's giant robots must be robots. Maybe we'll see her associated with mecha monsters. That makes no goddamn sense. Oh, don't talk to me! Come on, come on, come on, come on! Don't cry, alright? Kaboom, kabang, it's magic! If you want, I'll crush the moon and make comets fall like rain! I mean, honestly, just saying that wasn't real. I was seeing it from your perspective, Beatrice, and you were high as fuck on LSD. Beatrice would probably want to fucking smack Battler into oblivion, but I mean, theoretically, it's not fucking wrong, is it? I can even bury the whole island. These bouncy chested babes like so much sea. Come on, come, look, my turn is over, see? Show me your response, your counterattack. You can't, can you? I'm a quadrillion% sure that you can't. Your use is against this, right? You actually like this kind of fancy, don't you? Look, I may watch anime, but I don't watch fucking isekai trash. Get the fuck out of here, Beatrice. I know all about it. The kind of stuff's been going around everywhere lately, hasn't it? In manga, light novels, and anime movies. I mean, you did use... Huh. I don't know for a fact, but... Has Valley of the Wind ever been mentioned as a movie Battlers watched? I feel like he mentioned he watched anime at some point, I'm quite sure. But I don't remember if he said what kind of anime he watches. Some teenage brat has a whole bunch of strange special abilities, and that's all kabooms and get badooms with a fate of the world at risk. You love that too, don't you? I know, don't hide it, you love it, right? That thing you love just displayed itself a little before your eyes, that's alright. Why do you believe in manga and anime, but you won't believe in me? Believe it! You can't argue back, not after you've been shown something like this, right? Russ, I see what you mean about me having to save my voice. Holy shit. Come on, answer me. No need to think, you can just openly say, I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama. Come on, try saying it. I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama. Try saying it, say it, don't be embarrassed. Fuck you! Ah. Not bearing it. Fuck that shit. I think the most we can take from that today is possibly the place of actual murders. Kinzo and 3 of them were killed in the study. KUMASAWA was killed in the Rose Garden, and Goda was killed in the kitchen. I think that's probably the most information we can truly get out of what we saw there in regards to tonight's murders. There's no way to notice the coming of morning without opening a window and looking out at the cloudy sky, which had become a tiny bit lighter. It wasn't a refreshing morning. I know, I said the 3 in there. I was trying to refer... Okay, so I failed to say that, but... the 4 people died inside of the study. 1 person died in the kitchen. 1 person died in the Rose Garden. All that could be heard was the sound of the rain, which had kept falling since last night, and the howl of the wind. Kairi's alive. I hope she lives for longer. It'd be fucking... I want to see what she says for this one. This should be fun. It's hard to imagine that it's morning. This is horrible weather reflects our hearts. I'd say it's pretty gentle considering. You're down so lucky it's rain that's falling on spears. Whether trains or spears, bring it on, I say. It's already 6 o'clock. Aww. Isn't this enough? Anyone knows the mystery 19th person Beatrice takes actions. That is correct. However, I believe we have thought of almost every trick they could use against us. Yes.
兄弟の
As
中
long
に
as the
裏
traitor
切り
doesn't
者さえ
appear among the
現れな
siblings,
け
we
れ
should be able to deal with most
ば私たちは
situations.
大抵の事態に対応できるはずよ。
Haven't we
もうこの話は
haven't we
終わり
talked
に
about
しま
this
しょう。
enough?
結局
We end up
徹夜
staying
しちゃ
up
った
all
わね。
night.
眠いわ。
I'm tired.
そうですね。
You're right. You are right.
朝食をとった
How
ら
about taking
一
a
度お
little
休み
rest
にな
after
られ
eating
てはいかがです
breakfast?
か。
良い提案だ。
A good plan.
この年に
Staying up all night is tiring at my age. As they all stretched, they enjoyed this unrefreshing morning as best they could. Let's go wash our faces or something.
顔でも洗ってこようぜ。きっとひでえつら
That probably look horrible. Oh. Oh, I just realized something very interesting this time around. And every single time in both other episodes so far, at least some of the servants were alive at the time of all the deaths. It's a bit interesting because in both those situations, someone blamed the servants for the murders. On Kinzo's behalf, possibly. And now with all the servants dead, that means that really the family can only suspect within themselves. Huh? Like 10... hello, Clips. You're like 10 minutes behind. Be busy going bad. Or did you see? You will see why? Why is she trying to be cute now? She's your type. That's why.
何このひどい
Oh,
匂
what
い。
is that horrible stench? As soon as they exited into the corridor, Kyrie made an openly disgusted expression.
どうしましたか。
What's the matter?
ねえ、何かひど
Hey,
い匂い
it
が
only
しない
smells something awful.
ん
Hmm?
なんやこの匂いは。
What is that stench?
こらたま
It's
らんで。
unbearable. Because of that fuss, everyone stuck their heads out into the corridor. It was a faint sense, but after complaints, they clearly noticed it. Each of them went to the corridor, relying on their own sense of smell to tell them where this strange odor was coming from.
一体何事でしょう。
Oh, what in the world could it be?
現時に対応
Let's
し
have
ましょう。
Genji deal with it.
きっと、
Well, you
もう
should
使
have
用
already
人
arrived in the
室
servant
に
room to
来てい
begin
て
this
朝の
morning
準備をしている
preparations.
はずです。
うん頼む。
Please.
まさかあの
So imagine the goat of all people.
こんな匂いを
We'll be making a breakfast that would cause this kind of
させる
stench.
とは思いがたいのだがね。
Rudolph's group searched for the source of smell and determined that it was coming from the underground. From the boiler room. The door was locked and he couldn't check inside. Meanwhile, Natsui's group were on their way to search for someone in the servant room, where they noticed something strange about the parlor.
何ですかこれは。
What is this?
ひどいいたずらだわ。
Oh, what a horrible prank!
誰がこんなこ
Who
と
would
を。
do something like... Ah, fuck. Drawing the train on the door of the parlor in a paint that reminded one of blood, there was a strange magic circle-like thing.
厨房にはまだ誰も来てない
No
わ
one has come to the kitchen yet.
何よそ
What
れ
is that? Eva's group had thought this smell had been coming from the kitchen. I returned, having observed that no one was there and that preparation of breakfast had yet to begin. They noticed this unusual state of the parlor. No, I didn't get jump scared, I got pissed.
ダメだな。ボイラー室は鍵がかかってる。
It's no good. The boiler room is locked.
ボイラーの故障とかそう
Would
い
it
う
be
の
bad
だ
if
とまずい
something
んじゃない
broke
の
down the
か。
boiler room?
使用人は誰かい
Is
る
there
か。
servant anyone near?
その悪趣味な落書
Is
き
that vulgar,
ここにもある
vulgar graffiti here too?
ボイラー室の
There's
扉に
also
も
one
あ
on
っ
the
た
door to the boiler room.
なんやって。
Oh. 2 rooms. Fuck. What's that? That creepy graffiti isn't just here, but in other places as well.
他にもあるっちゅうんか まさか森の魔女
Apparently there's a witch of the forest page just got decoration of war, right? Hideyoshi had tried to make fun of it, but staring at his creepy magic shirt while listening to the wind and rain really made it seem like a message from a witch. The dripping bright red paint made one thing of blood and made things even more eerie. Hideyoshi tried to open the door, but it was locked. There's no rule the parlor was never locked. Someone had gone out of their way to lock it. Oh, shit.
これはどういうこと
What? Oh, what does this mean?
私たちが食堂
Did
で
someone
話し
secretly
合い
leave
を
this
している
graffiti
最
while
中に
we were talking in the dining hall?
誰かがこっそりとこの落書きを残したというの客間と
On the doors of the parlor and boiler room.
扉にどうせ使用人の仕業よ
I'm sure the servants are behind this.
私たちはずっと一
We
緒
were
だった
together the
の
whole
よ
time.
全員にアリバイがあ
We
る
all have alibis. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, it's worse than I thought. So, if they're gonna, hadn't thought about that, but if they're going to think that it's someone, oh, fuck. Oh, God, the level of paranoia this one's gonna cause. Because unless they think that, no matter what, this family is going to suspect one of the fucking kids and Nanjo. No matter what, they're in the suspicion pool. Because either they did the murder, or they're accomplices with someone who was at that table. Holy fuck, this one's gonna be bad.
おそらくお父様に何か
They
おかし
probably
な
did
指
this
示を
bring
受
us
け
some
てこん
strange
ないた
orders
ずら
from
をしたの
father.
よ
昨日のマリアちゃんの手紙の件も含めて
Concerning the incident is here with Maria Chan's letter.
使用人連中が
More possible to suspect the servants are acting on Dad's orders and planning
可
something.
能性は十分疑えるけどねとにかく
Where the hell is everyone anyway?
まさかかくれんぼ
Can't be playing hide and seek.
探そうぜ
Let's look for them.
それより
But
私
before
は子
that,
供たちが気になる
I'm worried about the children. Oh no, it's just that, as Eva said, they have alibis for the time of the murders, no matter what. It's just that, Rush, if they suspect one another, then they have to suspect one of the children. Because you have to use a logic. They worked with the children to keep us in the room and give themselves an alibi.
無事よね
They're alright, aren't they?
私
I'll
確か
go
めてく
and
るつい
check
でに
on one there and
ゲ
see
スト
if
ハウスに
there
使用
aren't
人
any
の人
servants
がいない
there.
か見てくるわ
なら手分けだな
Then let's split up.
ゲストハウス
I'll go to the guest house, see how the brats are doing. We'll check around inside the mansion.
俺たちは屋敷の中を調べてみよう考えたくはね
I don't want to think about
え
it.
こんな薄気味悪い落書き
Maybe those creepy magic circles aren't just where we found them.
親父殿のおかしな
Might become involved in a bizarre game of fathers.
私は親父殿のところへ
I'll go to him
事情を
to him and ask him about the situation.
まあ素直に話を聞いてくれるとは
I doubt he'd be good natured enough to listen to me. Yeah, don't split up. As a result, they confirmed that 4 children were safe in the so-called cousin's room on the second floor of the guest house. It appears they stayed up late last night partying. All of them were snoring loudly, so Rosa decided not to wake them. Furthermore, Nanjo, who had returned early the previous night to rest, was also alright. He seemed to believe in the phrase, early to bed, early to rise, and awoke and refreshed. Oh god, Nanjo's gonna be murdered, possibly. It's not... That isn't why I... Look, fine, fuck you. Listen to your own fanfiction, I guess. God damn it. Early to bed, early to bed, early to die, Nanjo. During that time, Kari and Hideyoshi searched for the servants. They didn't find them. The servant room in the guest house was also empty. Right, this time around they don't have any keys. To start with, that's an interesting problem. Normally there's at least someone has a key to access locked rooms, but in this case, unless they break the doors down, they don't actually have any way to get into locked rooms. The children are all right. All of them stayed up too late last night. The servant room is empty. Look at the shift chart. The morning shift was supposed to begin at 6. The shifts aren't working by now. Yeah, theoretically, the doors should be able to be broken down, Victor. It's just the matter of, well, no one can open them, no one can lock them currently. The nap room was also empty. There were signs that the futons had been used, but they weren't warm. You know what? I think perhaps Nissan and the others might have hit on it, don't you? It's probably a game plan to follow those orders. It'd be quite something if they didn't find the 6 bodies, right? Like, I think they're still gonna find the bodies, but if they never found the first 6 bodies, that's gonna do so many fucking weird things to the entirety of the game. I bet my bond dollar he left those creepy scribbles and hid himself somewhere. Trying to make us do something. Are you saying that he's trying to see who is fit to inherit his wealth and the family headship? Isn't that a bit... No. It might not be strange if father was behind something like that. After all, father loves big tricks. He might have had this plan brewing ever since the avatar was hung in the hall. In that case, I wonder whether we can make an announcement in the game or an explanation for it. Seems also that another envelope with the crest might appear, like the one handed to Maria-chan. You're right. Maybe Nissan and the rest have found it in the mansion. Dr. Nanjo, have you heard anything? My apologies, I do not have an idea what is going on. And yet, yes, I see. It is imagine Kinzo-san is planning something big. Hi, Punda. Look at the description of this video for my fucking schizo theory on who Beatrice is. Or rather, narrowing it down to who Beatrice could be. It's a Beatrice timeline. Yay! Why don't we go back to the mansion for now? Maybe they found something over there. If that would not be way, I'll come too. I'll stay here. The children are sleeping upstairs. We don't know what's happening. We can't leave them alone. Yes, you're right. I'll stay with Rosa-san and watch over the place. Would you tell that to my husband? Rosa and Kairi remain in the guest house. Hideyoshi went with Nanjo and returned again to the mansion. This is bad too. It initially started with everyone being none of the siblings really being a prime suspect. But the longer they look for the bodies without finding them, and the more they split up, the more you can accuse them of having done it when no one was looking. Meanwhile, the mansion, I'm a believer, or maybe you should say that bad feeling has. Maybe you should say that bad feelings have a tendency to be right. Rudolph's prediction was right on. Because that same magic circle that had been drawn the doors, the boiler room, and the parlor had been found multiple other places without the mansion. Aniki. Interesting theory on the Beatrice stuff. It's the best theory I could come up with, and honestly, I said this already, but the pieces didn't fit into place until we got the reveal that Kumasawa is the silver-haired Beatrice. At which point, working with that, I could come up with a theory there. Because it gave me a timeline for how long Kumasawa has been working at the mansion. And how much she's trusted by Kinzo. No, no good. There was no response at all. I tried putting my ear against the door, but I couldn't sense anyone. I cannot find the servants anywhere. Where in the world did they disappear off to? This isn't funny! Father's servants are hiding in their strange magic circles all over the mansion! What in the world is happening? There weren't only magic circles on the door to the boiler room and the door to the parlor. There are also 2 on the 2nd floor, and 1 on the 3rd floor for a total of 5. Oh my fucking god, we're doing, it's not just 2 rooms. 5 fucking room murder mystery? They're all the same magic circle and all the doors were locked so they couldn't check inside. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, let's do something about the boiler room first. It'd be bad if some kind of breakdown caused a fire and explosion. So, we need the key. I believe there was a key box in the servant room. They ever the key box in the servant room. Does each servant individually carry their own master key around? Those weren't kept here. However, all the individual room keys should have been here. And this room wasn't locked. Oh, great. Gonna have problems then. We're going back to episode's 1 issue of how would you know which key is the key you need. It isn't here. I've looked and looked, but I can't find the key to the boiler room. Look, Aniki. The keys to the rooms with those magic circles drawn on them are just neatly missing. Well, fuck. This is... Even as a normal mystery, this shit's hard. Fuck. I mean, currently, theoretically, and if none of the doors are ever opened, or if any one door isn't open, you can run under the assumption that that person's master key was taken and used. And then they just took the other keys to fucking stop them from going into the rooms. How troublesome. As though someone doesn't want us to go in the rooms, the magic circles. No. They went to all the trouble making them obvious using the magic circles. Perhaps they want us to enter them? I think it's the latter. Bringing in the door is probably impossible. I mean, this isn't a movie. What? Am I going crazy? Okay, maybe the houses I've been in have relatively flimsy doors or maybe something, but like, most of them you could fucking break down. Like, even discounting like, oh, you can't break the fucking doorknob. It's like, I go at a fucking flying kick. I'm gonna break something. It's probably, and the door's gonna get fucking damaged. Like, what? Also, you could get a knife and start chopping the fucking door down. Like, what? They don't make doors like they used to. Is that on purpose for firefighters? Actually, if you told me that, I would totally believe it. Smashing a window might work. Carlos had a little trouble deciding whether this was a situation that called for smashing a window. You think during... during episode 4, maybe near the end, it would be cool to go back to the previous episodes and try to guess how the killer did the murders and who it could be. I mean, my current guess for episode 1 stands for the most part. Episode 2, without suspecting any servant or anything, is basically impossible. But, like, episode 1, my theory still stands that, like, Hideyoshi and Eva killed the initial 6. Natsui killed those 2 as revenge. And then Ken committed suicide. Possibly killing Kinzo in the boiler room at the same time. Which is not entirely implausible. And then it's only after that point that things get complicated, honestly. And I become unsure who did the murders. At that time, Hideyoshi and Anjo returned. Visiting Stranger's guest house, the children were safe. They told the others that Rosa and Kairi had stayed to watch over the place. Good morning. I hear there's something strange has happened. Good morning, Dr. Nanjo. I apologize for waking you up so early in the morning. What is it? Can you find a letter or something? I'm sure you would have found something like that by now. You're right. I also believe this is a Master Joker game of fathers. If that was the case, there should be some letter telling us about that. Like the letter that was given to Maria-chan. Or the announcement of the game actually was Maria-chan's letter. These the game tries to solve the rid of the epitaph. Already been shown. Then what could the 5 magic jokers we found in the mansion mean? Oh shit. No one's checked the rose garden. But I thought you had to walk past the rose garden to go to the guest house. And the missing servants. Natsuhi-ne-san. How many servants were there total today? This one I'm probably going to have to go back to figure out, because I was caught up in a lot of shit happening during the murders, not think about how they could be done. Honestly, a big part of the mystery to me is like, okay, if the killings were at all messy, it makes it hard to believe that the killers were able to move the bodies without fucking staining the carpeted floor or anything, you know? Huh? Genji? Goda? 5 of them? Why? 5 servants. 5 magical circles. Big coincidence, but worries me. Nissan, let's break a window. You should go check what's inside. We have no choice. Do it neatly. Guys made a decision to give permission to smash a window. Decided that the first room they would break into would be the parlor on the first floor, where the windows would be easiest to reach. I mean, the only thing, I don't have any problems yet with figuring out who the murderer could be. It's theoretically, currently, it's just a case of I need to know where the master keys are to figure out who could, if the murder could have just been done by almost anyone. They hoped to peek in through the window, but the curtains were drawn so they couldn't see inside. Rudolph wandered around the garden trying to find something that would be good for smashing the window. Eventually, he found a rock bigger than a fist and came back. Hey, I broke something. The door has a crack in it, and so does my leg. You don't have to smash the whole thing. Just open it up so that you can reach the lock. Don't get your hopes up, alright? It's nice seeing the siblings work together, Punda. I wonder which one's gonna shoot which first. Rudolph raised the rock and hit the glass with it several times. Before long, he succeeded in skillfully opening a hole big enough that he could unlock it from the outside. Covering his hand with a handkerchief, he stuck his hand through that hole and cautiously unlocked it. Should probably cover it with duct tape later. Rain will get blown in. When he threw the window open, the wind and rain made the curtains dance around violently. He swept the curtain to the side. You could see the parlor they knew well. They were a little relieved, because they had thought that maybe the room would be filled with more bizarre magic circles. Or possibly the trace of some creepy ritual. In any event, they didn't want to hang around out in the rain. The six of them, Kraus, Natsuki, Eva, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, and Nanjo, entered the parlor as a group. Seems nothing ridiculous out of the ordinary. What has happened, Shannon? Wait, are you alright? What happened to you? Lord! Dr. Nanjo, take a look at this! Hey, Shannon-chan. Are you okay? Answer me. You mustn't shake her. Where's your air condition now? She had been in the shadow of a sofa, so they hadn't noticed her until they entered the room. Shannon was lying on the floor, chest stained bright red with blood. Why is my first thought right now carbon monoxide poisoning? Why is that my first thought? Hey! Battler, where are you? Look, Shannon's corpse is turned up, see? I won't bother you anymore, so come on out. Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Oh, your head in a place like that? Tyler's head pressed on the table and was clutching with his hands. His pitiful fear made it plain and clear they didn't want to see anything, didn't want to hear anything. Had he heard Beatrice's sneering voice? Did he not hear, or was he praying that he couldn't hear? In any event, it was clear that he had closed up his heart like a shell. Battler, what the fuck? You had that giant-ass speech and now you're like this? Battler, come the fuck on! I wonder if you tormented him too much, my lady. After showing him that much and demanding a counter-argument, I can understand why he wants to mope around. Hey, Battler! If you can't argue back, resign, would you? It's your turn. If you don't make some move or pass. Hold on, is Shannon dead in here? Why is it defaulting to the fucking witch side each time now? Nope, not yet. Or else give up, we won't get anywhere. Anywhere? Huh? What's that? I can't hear you. I said be quiet! Shut up! Shut up! Which is magic. Can you just do what you want? I don't believe any of it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! And we reached another stalemate. The situation where Battler doesn't engage in anything. I mean, theoretically it would be a valid strat, but fuck if Beatrice is gonna let that happen. Don't talk to me, don't show me anything, go away and go away, go the hell away! Keep your goddamn annoying face away from me! Beatrice instinctively winced at Battler's sudden rage. Even if you say that, if you don't finish your turn, then my turn won't come. I feel like saying, don't make me too bored. How do you think I give a crap? Be quiet! Shut up! I don't give a damn about your games! I can't take this bullshit! You don't come to my turn and just wait for a thing eternity, can you? And by just refusing to take his fucking turn, Battler has turned the entire game on its head. Holy shit. He's having a pissy fit, and it's helping him. I can't believe it. I don't get it! I would accept witches and magic, I won't accept something that fucked up! I said don't talk to me! I don't know what's what anymore. When Ring shows something that screwed up, how can I continue to resist? Honestly, it's a bit of a shame that Battler's so shit under pressure. He cracks so fucking easily. I wandered aimlessly through the rose garden. It was raining and windy, but that didn't mean my body got wet. It was just a feeling of isolation as I wandered amidst the wind and rain without an umbrella. Maybe I lost to her game a long time ago. Actually, I wonder whether we hadn't reached a clear resolution in the previous game. After all, I submitted to her for a time. The world had been tinted with witches and magic. Right now, Rokujima is a different world where witches stride around openly and fire off strange magic. It isn't a matter of accepting or denying it. We had mistakenly assumed that I was playing a game on an even footing with Beto. I already been defeated in the last game, and this may just be the signing ceremony of my surrender. It's now a mighty battle unfolding in this rose garden. I see it with my own eyes. I kicked the ground. Obviously the ground was hard. A puddle splashed. Several towers split this ground, sprouting like high-rise buildings. The more I kicked this ground, the more it felt like it really couldn't be possible. But because of that, I couldn't explain it with anything other than magic anymore. I get the locked rooms with the key shut up inside. It's probably just an extension of what you always see in Detective Mono. But that stuff though, all that big flashy stuff? Damn it!
It
seems my disciple has caused you much trouble. Huh? It's you. Somebody's spoken to, so I turned around. What? And in the Rose Garden of Boar was the predecessor of Beatrice, who Beatrice has supposedly defeated a short while ago. I was sure you died. So, you were alive. No, I died. Now, I'm nothing more than a captured chess piece, loitering outside the chessboard. Look, this Beatrice is Kumasawa. Maybe she'll be better. You're Beto's master, right? In other words, you're a witch too. Yes, but that is correct. In other words, that means witches really do exist. I'm not the one who can defeat her. That'd be you, since you can use awesome magic, wouldn't it? I'm just useless now.
俺にできるこ
There's
と
nothing I can do anymore.
もう何もね
おやおや
Oh my.
すっかり
Have you
屈服してし
submitted
まいました
completely?
僕も何も
What do you mean submit?
あれをどう
How the
説
crap
明す
should
りゃ
I
いいんだ
explain
よ
that?
塔が生えたり
Towers
落ちてきたり
sprouting and falling.
でっけえ
Few
巨人
giants
が
owning
盾を
shields and
構え
throwing
て槍を投げたり
spears.
ああ思い出すだけでも気が
Ah,
変にな
just
りそう
remember
だ
it
ぜ
makes me feel like going insane.
もう
Reason
すぐにも
doesn't
ヘチマもあったもんじ
isn't
ゃ
worth a
ね
damn anymore, is it?
トリックとか
We've
人間
left the level
犯
of
人
tricks
説
and
とか
sensations with the Umineko
そんな領域を
outbreaks.
とっくに超えてるだろう
Oh, shit, 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 shit.
落ち着いて
Calm yourself.
私はあの
I
子
am
のゲー
nothing
ム
more
版
than
の
a
駒に
piece on that
過ぎない
child's game board.
こうして番外へ取り
After being
除かれ
removed
てし
from
まえ
that
ば
board,
もはや
I'm no
何も
longer
で
a
きない
being who
そう
can do anything.
しかしあなたは
But
あ
you
の子
are
の
that
対象
child's opponent.
あなたが自ら
As
投
long
げ
as
出
you
さ
not
ない
give up
限り
yourself, you will always have the power to strike
あ
back
な
at
た
that
に一
child.
矢報いる力があるのだから
Man, I'm not sure if Battler would be pissed at Gensokyo or be more readily able to accept Gensokyo. Like, when people just fly and they don't even have an explanation for how they're doing it, that probably breaks their own ability to explain anything. It's like, there isn't a rule, they just can fly.
うるせえ
Shut up!
あんただってお
We
かし
also
な
be
呪文
slaying
を唱え
strange
て
spells and summoning
ゴーダ
towers
の
and
やり玉を呼び出して
spears.
たじゃねえかよ何を一矢報いるってんだ
What do
よ
you mean strike back?
俺にも魔法を
I
教
think
え
you'll
てくれ
teach
て
me magic too.
あい
Tell me
つ
to
とあ
fight
の大魔法
one
バト
of
ルを
those
繰り
massive
広げろって
magic
言えるんだよ
battles. This isn't the fighting game yet. What do you mean a fucking fighting game?
あなたが望むなら
If you wish,
あなたに魔法
I
の
could
一
teach you
点
a
を教
bit
えてあ
about
げてもいい
magic.
ですよ
そりゃ願ったり叶った
Oh,
りだぜ
just what I wanted.
あいつの村
Please, give me some awesome magic to smash your chest in one blow.
すっげえ魔法一
Give me the
発
power of the
頼むぜ
ultimate titty slap, why don't you? Ha! Don't screw with me.
日本の魔法に雨乞いの儀式
I hear
と
that
い
in
うものがある
Japanese
そう
magic,
ですね
there's a ceremony to pray for rain. You mean, would he be more willing to accept if the witches in Genzoku don't actually fuck with him and his family like Beto has? Maybe. I mean, also, I feel like Battler, when he sees someone actually just do magic and they have no explanation for it, will just be like, oh, you can't explain it either? Yeah, it's not magic, it's magic. And it's like, oh, okay.
ご存知ですか
Do you know of it?
雨乞い
Rain ceremony?
バンバン火を
That
くべ
thing
て
where you throw stuff into the fire and
塩
offer
分
a
を奉納
dance?
して雨を祈るっていうあれかあれは
That's
魔法
not
じゃない
magic.
火で上昇気流が
Fire
できて
causes a thermal, and as a
その
result,
結
rain
果
clouds
雨雲
gather.
が集まるっていうれっきとした科
Pretty
学
sure that's
現
an
象だ
accepted scientific phenomenon.
おや
Oh,
私は
I
東
had
洋魔
believed that it
法の
was
一
a
つ
form
だ
of
と信じて
Eastern
いました
magic,
が魔法では
but
ないの
it
です
isn't magic.
天に聖なる火を
I
捧
had believed that
げ
people
敬
offered
いの
sacred
演
fire
舞
to
を
the
捧
heavens
げる
as
こ
well
と
as a
で
dance of respect.
神々の
So that
心
your
に雨
entry
乞いの
entreaty
賜
for
物
rain
が
will
届
reach
く
the
のと
hearts
信
of
じ
the
ておりましたよ
gods.
大昔の連中はそうだったろうよ
Many people did that long
で
ago.
も
Most go things like that have a scientific explanation.
大抵科学的に説明がつくもんだ
物が燃えるのはどう
Why
して
do
ですか
things burn?
物質に
Isn't that
プ
because
ロギストン
the
が含まれているから
phlogiston is contained in the material?
いや
No, things that burn because of the
物が燃えるのは
oxidation reaction.
フロギストン説は
The Vorshir
ラボ味が
abolished
否
the
定したはずだぜ
phlogiston. Wait, what?
物に熱が伝わるの
Why
は
does
どう
heat
して
transfer through objects?
物質にカロリ
Isn't
ー
that
が
because
含ま
caloric
れて
is
いるから
contained in the material?
そいつは確か
I'm pretty sure that was
ジュール
abolished
が
by
否定したは
Joule.
ずだ熱はエネルギ
Heat
ー
is
であって
energy, not a
物質じゃ
substance.
ない
よくお勉強していますね
Man, Battler is educated? You know, I thought he was kind of shit in school. What the fuck? Didn't he say he was kind of not doing great in school? Oh,
正しい知識ですよ。
your knowledge is correct.
ちょいとした雑学レベルだがな。
It's just some random facts.
フロギストンもカロリックも果てはエーテルも神の愛さえ
Losjin,
も
Postikon, Caloric, and then she either and God's
科
love.
学的な説
All
明
are
の前に
powerless
は
before
無力
scientific
です。
explanation.
私はかつ
In the
て
past, I was told that an apple falls from a tree.
人に食を与える
Thanks to God's
ための
love, so that
神の
humans would be
愛の
given
おかげ
food.
だと聞かされましたよ。
重力すらも神の愛なのか？
Even gravity was explained by God's love?
まあ、科学より宗教が万物を説明した時代の名
That's
残
probably
だ
left over from a period where religion rather than science was used to explain everything.
その通りです。
That is correct.
人類はか
In the
つ
past,
て自らの
humans
知
caught
識
the
の
limits
限
of their
界を
knowledge.
いいえ、無
No,
知そのも
ignorance
のを
itself,
魔法と
magic.
呼んだのです。先ほどの雨乞いの話はまさにそれでしょう。
Just like the rain ceremony we were just talking about.
太古の人々が
To the people of ancient times,
火が熱を生み上昇気流を生み出して
understand the signs of fire giving rise to heat to cause a thermal which calls forth clouds.
理解せずとも
Even without
そういう
understanding.
結果に
Yeah,
なる
this is
こと
just
だけは
fucking.
知っていた。
This is the sufficient magic and sufficient technology BS. Which I don't want to go there partially because calling the witches aliens is fucking stupid. That's an interesting one. Balak can deny Beatrice's witchcraft and all the crazy stuff, and by saying that it's advanced science, that too is interesting from magic. I guess that's good enough as an explanation. He just can't explain it himself, but there is an explanation. It's kind of using the devil's proof again, but to try and prove his. He uses a devil's proof to prove his own knowledge. It's a fucking flimsy thing, don't get me wrong, but he'll use what he can. That probably happened a lot. The
先人たちの知恵
wisdom of ancestors.
理由は分から
Doing
ず
that
とも
understanding the reason,
長
through
い
long
経
experience,
験
they knew they would
でそう
obtain
いう
that
結果
result.
が得られることを知っていた。原理を理解できない現象は
Phenomenon where principles they didn't understand were probably the same
彼
as
らにと
magic
って
to them.
は魔法も同然だったろうな。
Just like this person had just said, ancient people who didn't understand the principles had probably believed that. The rain ceremony, their wishes had reached the heavens and made the rain fall. To them, that was certainly magic. I have a lot of thoughts for what this could mean. I'm just not sure which one to go with. As long as they didn't understand thermos.
電気のスイッチを押せば
If you press a light switch, the light turns on.
子供は
Children do not know the sign of brilliance behind when the light bulb
その
turns
科
on.
学的原理を知らず結果だけ
They
を
press the
知ってい
switch
て
knowing only the
スイッチを押
results.
す原理を知らずとも
If they can obtain a
結果
result
を
without
得ら
knowing
れ
the
るならば
principle,
それ
isn't
は
that
彼らに
magic
と
to
って
them?
魔法なのではありませんか。
面白い話だ。
That's pretty interesting.
ま
Oh,
あ、
logically,
理
that's
屈から言
true.
えばそうだ。例えば俺たち
For
は
example, I don't have a clue why
テ
the
レビのグラ
brown
ウン
tubes in
管
the
に
TV shows a
どうして
picture.
画像が映るのか。理屈はさっぱり分かってない。
But the video turns it around him by showing him an advanced alien tech and says that's actually essentially advanced magic, which is indistinguishable from technology. Yeah, as I said, it's not a strong argument.
でも、テレビ
However, I
に
think it's
物が映
completely
るの
normal
は
for
当
things
た
to be
り前
displayed
だ
on
と
TV.
思う。ブラウン管の原理を知らなくても、
Even if I don't understand the principles behind brown tubes, at least now that I push the switch, I can watch TV.
上昇気流を理解せずに。
That is the same as having a rain ceremony without understanding thermals.
つまり、原理を知らないならば、テレビだって魔法も同然。
In other words, if I didn't know the principle, even the TV is the same as magic.
いや、魔法そのものだろうってわ
No.
けか。
Could you say it is magic? Do you know how bronze tubes are constructed? Have you ever taken one apart and looked inside? Nope. You read on a book or something once, but it was a complicated and I didn't have a clue. Maybe that when the electrons hit the fluorescent material creates luminescence or something like that. That book was a fake. Actually, there are small people called gremlins shut up inside the bronze tube. And they do their job with magic. Huh? That's stupid, there's no way. How can you mind if you never looked inside a bronze tube? I never looked inside, but I can say with confidence small people like that definitely don't exist. Since there's no bronze tube here, that is impossible to prove. Yeah, it is impossible to prove right this very moment. Later I can take apart the TV somewhere, show you, and it's win the argument. So in other words, my magic theory that gremlins are shut up inside the bronze tubes displays a picture of the magic. It's impossible to disprove until you can verify the contents of the bronze tube, correct? What the hell? One of those? Are you trying to say it's a devil's proof? That's your favorite trick, you witches. The devil's proof is sophistry explaining the impossibility of proving a negative fact. However, it is different from what I am talking about with the bronze tube. It can be resolved just by taking apart a single television. You're right. Oh, he isn't a devil's proof. The scientific theory you propose and the magic theory I propose are different. One of those is the truth. And which one it is can be ascertained as soon as you look inside a bronze tube. Aha. Are you suggesting... Is she suggesting almost like... I'm trying to understand what she's saying. I'm thinking of Schrodinger's cat. And I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, are you trying to say almost like we can't prove that the people were inside the room were dead until we find them dead? Like, is that what you're saying? I mean, you're not... Yeah. Yeah, Calypso. It seems like she's almost implying that. The cat is both dead and alive until we break open the box and find out for ourselves. If they say the cat is alive, I can't disprove it unless I open the box and find out. However, until the instant that happens, we cannot deny each other's theories. Yeah, they're both... If you claim the cat is alive and I claim the cat is dead, we're both equally correct until the answer is proven. You can't... Okay. So, despite the fact that there's only one truth, until the moment you look into the bronze tube, two conflicting truths can exist at the same time. Those are space for truths, of which only one is permitted to exist, may exist simultaneously. Yeah, you're not... Yeah, okay, nope, this... Okay. Rush saying, she's basically saying picture didn't happen. If there is no evidence left behind the magic, then you can't know it's magic. That's not a bad explanation, and it was kind of what I was thinking about the fact, like, I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking, like, why isn't Balor trying to see if there's anything left behind? If nothing's left behind, how the fuck can you prove it happened? It's kind of like if someone's killed and nothing's there, you kind of have a hard time proving that anyone was killed. Oh, okay, we're just directly addressing it. Got it. The cat in the box, dead or alive? But on the box, you know the answer. You know the truth. However, until you open the box, you can claim that the cat is alive, and you can also claim it's dead. Each of the two parties makes a claim that, according to them, is the correct truth. Even though the two sides are conflicting, neither can win the argument as long as the box remains opened. Or, I mean, unopened. In other words, two truths can exist at the same time. Yeah, Balor's trying to clue me on the fact that what Beatrice shows him isn't necessarily true. My god, did it take him a fucking while. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this brings up an interesting... If you apply this to the episode as it stands right now, everyone who could be dead in a room is not dead until the room is open and someone finds out. Balor isn't a smart boy. Yeah, that isn't fucking true. Maybe that red Balor's incompetent wasn't just a joke. But thinking about it like that, the ones who you would have the hardest time proving are dead are the ones on the second floor, correct? Because unlike the first floor rooms or the boiler room, if you don't know about, I don't think if anyone knows about the back entrance to the boiler room, you don't have any good way of proving why, yes, they're dead. If you can't find them, then they're alive, until proven otherwise. So that means that we can't actually eliminate anyone in this scenario until a body is found. Even though there can only be one cat in the box, it is packed with a living cat and a dead cat in a strange parallel world. That's what Rokujima is now. Design is now a different world with a science theory and a magic theory exist at the same time. You're resident in the world of science such as yourself. At a glance, it may feel as though this island has been sucked into a world of magic. Well, that may be correct, it's not accurate. Strictly speaking, it has moved from the world of science to the midway point between that world and the magic world. So at a glance, it appears as though the world is tilted towards the magic side. But actually, the sign is now perfectly impartial position with relation to the two opposing worlds. You know, it's kind of funny to have not believed the scenes as early as episode 2. Or, no, as early as episode 1, there was a scene I didn't believe, and fucking Canon, the way Canon died, where we all kind of agreed, the hatchet's gone, Balor looked down at the body and didn't see a hatchet. Canon never used a hatchet. Canon killed themselves. Like, we've been going with the unreliable narrator for a fucking while. I don't really get it. Midway between reality and magic? Perfectly impartial world? How's that? The butterflies are usually a clue that something is up. I picked up on that too, Rush. Admittedly, I picked up on that mostly when we had the scene of fucking laser swords. You know, that kind of was the point where I went, okay, I really have to think about what the fuck indicates that this shit ain't real besides laser swords. Has everything been going really badly for me the whole time? Then perhaps you could think of it this way. This is a trial. Think of it as a court where you and Beatrice were laying out opposing claims. We could describe it as a brawn tube trial. That child claims that there are tiny people inside the brawn tube. And she explains about the lives of the tiny people, what they look like, what type of magical power they have, on and on. And you, well, I studied in a library and argue back by saying how ground tubes are constructed, I guess. And at that moment, those zero claim that child's claim exist in the court at the same time. If one hears that child's claim, you may hear it as though it were the truth, see it as though it were the truth. That is precisely what you were shown. My god, I guess I was going too big brain to think like maybe like I said it as a joke somewhat during episode 2 when they found fucking Jessica's dead body, and I was like, you know, it's probably a bad idea for Badler to tell everyone right now that the stake is metaphorical. But like, actually, that's not entirely unreasonable. At this moment on Rokujima, witches and magic certainly exist as truth. However, that world is an uncertain wave function, existing only to the moment that the cat's box is opened. All states be justified simultaneously. However, there is one truth. That it is collapsed by observation, and countless truths are weeded out to become one truth. It is like when in courts, the judge makes his judgment. The two truths from the prosecutor's and defense claims collapse by the judgment and become one. So, to say it in your words, this island right now is a world right before looking to the bronze tube, right? Therefore, neither the science theory nor the magic theory can be denied. I will admit, part of the reason I have a trouble believing the stakes are literal is because of the fact that, well, okay, I'm already gone with the it's a fact, and no one can really argue against this if we're going with non-magical shit. If there was a killer on the island and they got off the island, they absolutely fucking would have needed the help of the boatman. The boatman totally would have had to been in on it. Because the boatman comes on the island, the police haven't been called, remember. He then takes the killer or killers off the island. Then he calls the police and does everything. Like that, if we're going with non-magic, I'm like almost 100% certain that the boatman has to be involved. If there is a killer on the island. But the problem, again, but besides that, the problem I have is, this: if the killings were really done with stakes, and that alone, like, the bodies would not be fucking in such a bad state that you couldn't identify how many people fucking died. You know? You know? Like, it's problematic, because you have to assume that something fucking big happened. Because it's kind of unreasonable to go, oh yeah, the killer or killers went around and beating the bodies up afterwards so badly, and that they were like, oh yeah, no, there's the fucking, no one can recognize how many bodies there are. It's like, I don't know, that seems a tad ridiculous to me. Like, how much work would that be? The way that the bodies were destroyed is incredibly important to how the murders could have been done. Because if the place was burned down to the ground with all the bodies inside, then you can have an easy enough explanation of, oh, then the stakes can be the way they died. Then it's not unreasonable. But if something like that didn't happen, then you have to go with very brutal ways of the bodies being disposed of, all of them.
否定できないってことはつまり
Therefore, since it cannot be denied,
どちらも真実として
both
存
can
在
exist
できる
as truth.
だから魔女も
That is why
魔法
both
も
witches
存
and
在し
magic
得
can
る
exist.
しかし同時にそれを否定するあなたの意見もまた真実として同
However,
時
at
に
the same
存在
time,
でき
your
る
opinion which denies them can also exist simultaneously as truth.
相反する
It
二
is
つ
a
が同
world
時に存在
where
できる
two
世
conflicting
界
things can exist at the same time.
そして相反
And
す
it
る
is a
真
world where the
実
conflicting
が
truth does
互
not
いを
disprove
否定
each
す
other.
る理由にできない世界理解できてきましたか
Is that it starting to make sense to you?
つまり
In other words,
ベアトがどん
or
な
how
す
much
げえ魔法を
awesome
俺
magic
に見せ
Beto
よう
might
と
show me,
それは魔法説の主張でしかなく
that is only a claim to the magic theory and doesn't disprove mine.
ベアトがどんな魔法を
There's
俺
like
に見
no
せよ
what
うと
kind of magic Beto shows me.
この世界では
In this
そ
world,
れを
that
も
cannot
って
be
魔
proof
法
that
が
magic
存在する
exists.
証拠にはなり得ないってことか
そうです
That is right.
あの子は木から
That
リ
child
ン
would
ゴが
probably
落
even
ち
try
る
to
ことす
explain
ら
apple
も
from the
魔
tree
法
with
で説
magic.
明しようとするでしょうあの子は一見
That child may shake your staff and pluck the apple with
リンゴを
magic
もぎ取り大地に落としたか
and
のよう
claim
に
that
主
she
張する
dropped
か
it
も
to
し
the
れな
earth.
いしかしそれはあの子の
However,
主張の一つ
that would be
に過ぎ
nothing
ない
more
ので
than
す
another one of her claims.
あの子のいか
None
な
of
る
her
主
claims
張
can
も
block your
あなたの主
opportunity
張
to
する
make
機
a
会を
claim.
拒むことはできないその意味において
In that
この
sense,
世界は
this
双
world is
方
quite
にあま
impartial
り
to
に
both
公平なの
sides.
です
なるほど
I get it.
だがよ
Still,
その論法で
the
言った
argument,
ら
even though I show a sound argument with
たと
my
え俺が科
science
学説で
theory,
正論を示したところで
is it the tea party? Isn't she dead? It's purgatory. It's fine. This is probably fucking some, I don't know, this is fucking a book that Beto read and was like, oh shit, I'm stupid.
奴の魔法説と正面衝突を起こすた
Oh,
め
oh, dude, just collide head on with her magic theory and I can't win against her either.
しかもそのフ
Furthermore,
ァイ
there
ナ
won't
ル
be
ジャ
any
ッジは
final judgment
ブ
unless
ラウ
we
ン
peek
管を
into the
覗かない
Bronze
限
Tube.
りつかないこの世界のブラウン管は
Where's the
どこにあ
Bronze
る
Tube
ん
in
だ
this world?
俺たちに
It means there's no
議論
reason
なん
for
て
us to
必要ない
argue.
ってことになる俺たちは
Maybe all Raven just got
長
along
く
and
ブラ
peeked
ウ
into
ン
the
管の
Bronze
中身
Tube?
を覗けばいいだけの話じゃねえのか中に妖精が本当にいたら俺の全
If
部
there really is a tiny person there, I suffer total defeat.
いなかったら
Otherwise, I win.
逆に俺の勝ち俺たちはブ
Why
ラ
do we
ウ
have
ン
to
管を
hold this
覗かず
debate
に
without looking into the Bronze
ど
Tube?
うして論争を繰り広げなくちゃならないんだ
Because you can't look into the Bronze Tube, Battler. The Bronze Tube doesn't exist. Like, imagine, okay, Battler, in this scenario, imagine for a second that you want to look into the Bronze Tube, but the inside of the Bronze Tube is taken away, and all that you're left with is the glass. Can you figure out how the Bronze Tube worked anymore? Can you? No. No, you can't. So you're left questioning how the fuck any of it could have how it works still. Neither, you don't have the insides of the Bronze Tube. You can't figure out how it works. That's been taken away from you. What happened on Rokujima during those days? You do not have the ability to find out entirely as is. You have to try and piece together the Bronze Tube, the glass of the Bronze Tube, and then look at the scratches on that glass to figure out how it works.
それこそがあの子があなた
That
に挑ん
itself
だ
is the
ゲー
game
ム
which a child has challenged you to.
裁判ではなく
Perhaps instead of a
チェス
court,
と例える
I
べ
should
き
use
でしょう
chess as an example.
勝敗は裁判官が決める
Victory
の
and
で
loss is not determined by a judge.
戦っている
You
あ
who
な
are
たた
fighting
ち
who
自身
decided
が
for
決めるのです
yourselves.
真実が同時に存在で
You
きる
want to
め
argue
ちゃ
with
く
an
ちゃな
opponent in a
世界
screwed up world where mobile truths
相
can
手を
exist at the
論
same
破なんて
time?
できるのかよ
Does it matter that you know how a Bronze Tube works? In this case, Carrie, if you knew how a Bronze Tube works and you could show how a Bronze... It's not just a matter of saying you know how a Bronze Tube works. You can say, I know how the murders on Rokujima happened. The problem is, you can't go inside Rokujima during the murders to see what's happening, and just like the Braun tube, you don't have access to. In either case, you can't prove what you're saying. No matter how much you believe it to be true, you can't prove it at the moment. But you do realize, in a point of fact, you were being an argument, are saying here right now submitting. Yeah, currently we've entered another stalemate situation, Carrie. Just like where before, Battler could keep denying her, we're back to that kind of point, where both of them can just say, nah, this is how it works, you can't prove it. So we need a new rule. Otherwise this game's not gonna advance. That is all. And also the game Battler has found another way to stop the game from advancing by fucking refusing to take his turn. In which case Speedo just sits there going, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Do you think the red is supposed to counteract that? Yes and no, not necessarily. Mostly, let's say, if Beto says, I used my stake to do it, then let's say Battler says, nah, they used a special... Nah, that's not how it worked. They choked to death via the... They had a spontaneous combustion of their hearts. And he's like, look, it happens. Sometimes people have heart attacks and they die suddenly. So it's like, well, shit, I can't prove, like, okay, I guess that's a better example. If someone has no wounds on them, Beatrice claims I killed them with magic. Battler says they had a heart attack. Beatrice can't use red to say Battler, they didn't have a heart attack, because that's the same as saying I used magic to kill them. In that case, the red truth doesn't work to resolve the stalemate. If you wish, I can occasionally give you advice. Sure. Thanks, that really helps. I'll avenge you. Oh, thank you. I am looking forward to it. What's your name? Beatrice used to be my name, but now that I have surrendered it, I do not have a name. So, I shall take a temporary name. And the fucking Divine Comedy goes even further. We have Beatrice, and we have Virgil. Great. Feel like I'm playing Olympus Company again. No. What about Virgilia? Virgilia. Valkyrie? No? Dante, you're fucking dumb. This is the name of a legendary goddess? Hey, look, she agrees. No, means the one who is a guide to Beatrice. No? Are you saying Beatrice is supposed to be Dante? That's fucking weird. I will guide you to that child who waits the sun. Oh no, you mean a guide to Beatrice, not a guide for Beatrice. Okay, got it. Sorry, I got confused there. Sorry about that, Virgie. It should be a fitting name for that kind of guide. Yeah, accept help from a witch when I'm trying to deny witches. You're dead. You know what? Good point. This is fucking nothing. Yeah, I know who Beatrice is. I got confused by what she was saying for a second there. I see. The Battler's Dante then, and it fits with the whole purgatory thing. It does. Okay. Well, now we know what Femme Virgilius would look like. Yeah. Does she have red eyes? No, she has silver eyes, I think. This is a contradictory world where different claims can exist at the same time. That also works. It's almost funny. I am borrowing that child's words, but you are truly like a phoenix. Your will to fight has already been revived. Come, if your heart is prepared, return to that child. Return to the chessboard that child is sitting at. I look forward to seeing how far you can fight, my disciple. Yeah, just you watch. I won't listen to your babbling anymore. I'll coolly fight to the end. Then won't get provoked by her anymore. Then let us return to the seat of the battle. Oh, battler! We haven't seen her open her eyes, but even if then, it's not something that low ending couldn't solve. Awesome! We're gonna give ourselves those red nice eyes. Where did you hide yourself? I thought the sword illusion wouldn't show himself again, you see? Don't fucking lie, Beatrice. You were having a mental breakdown, like wondering what the fuck you were supposed to do if Battler wouldn't take his turn. Sorry to keep you waiting. Cool my head a little. And did you think in response to that pleasant, thrilling, refreshing, highly acclaimed, wonderful fantasy battle between Master and me? Isn't that possible to explain without fantasy? My lady. You have only just promised to be kind and not refined, remember? Oops, my mistake. I just got into a good mood, such a good mood when I see Battler's face, you see. Come on, then Battler, the battle just now, how will we respond to it? Battle? Did something happen? What? Where is this rose garden? Where are all those spears and towers that you grew? Where have they all fallen to? They're not here, are they? In other words, this is what we see inside the bronze tube. Inside the bronze tube, you say? What in the world are you talking about now? In this very moment, there's nothing at all in the rose garden. Sure, towers may have been sprouting with magic a short while ago. That's only until we learn what's inside the bronze tube. Is your interpretation that it was a magic battle? That's nothing more than a claim. And the fact that there's nothing at all here right now is the proof of that. This is how I argue back about that witch's battle just now. Right now, there isn't anything here, and that proves that nothing happened. You know, obviously I can't make a huge mess right now on the first twilight and I do like the rose garden, you see. To prevent any damage, I fought inside a barrier. So totally natural that I wouldn't have any influence on reality. That's your claim? Oh, I guess that works. However, my claim that at this point in time there's nothing in the rose garden, and therefore there's no magic, has not been obstructed in any way. Wait, can you not make magic with that mess? It is impossible to prove that magic does not exist. It's a devil's proof. The truth is, this garden at the very moment. Then you look inside, the tiny demons inside the bronze, you will vanish. What the fuck are you talking about, battler? And there's no trace of magic here at all. So the battle between you and witches did not take place. What? No, that counter. That power. Could it be? Have you forgotten, my lady? It is the multiplanar world collapsation technique. Just call it the cat technique, please. Don't make up these names. What the fuck are you talking about, battler? I don't know anymore, but I'm going with it anyway. Power of a finite witch, which is the power bear to the power of an endless witch. Wait, hold on. Are you saying this is... Oh, fuck, I can't remember my witches, but... can kill in any way, always has a chance of surviving, can... Oh, fuck, I'm trying to remember this shit right now. What was... Guys, remind me, what did Lambda, Delta, and Bernie say their powers were? I can't remember at the minute. I remember that Bernie beats Lambda, Lambda beats Beto, and Beto beats Bernie, but I can't remember which way it was. Lambda's certainty, Bernie's fragments. Schrodinger's cat box? That old hag of a witch? Well, an encore for hints. We've lost time. Lambda can make her chance of victory 99.infinite repeating %. Bernie can win as long as there's a chance of victory. Okay, that's a better way for me to think about it. So, okay, I'm still trying because Lambda's decided with Beto in this episode, I think. So, and Bernie's still going against them. So I'm still kind of trying to figure out a good question of where the fuck is their influence on these episodes? Hell, I don't even know what Bernie's influence on episode 2 was still. The 5 servants and grandfather, there are 6 corpses. Well, not yet, battler. Finite is separate for both of them. That's what it sounded... Hearing them out loud, yeah, it does sound like it's a different thing entirely. Let me check the scene. And trudging along wasting time. From now on, I'll speed things up, okay? Take a seat, Beatrice! It's finally first twilight, isn't it? Let's start the real thing! Show me what you've got! Okay, battler, let's get to this. And also, there aren't 6 corpses yet. Not until they are found and the doors are open. I just have an hour of stream left. I feel good to go. We're on chapter 9 already. Man. Those motivations aside, at least for us kids, these are supposed to be a fun couple of days where we cousins deepen our friendship. It's not... I'm not going to stream 12 hours tomorrow. Trailers kill me if I did that. I will stream a decent amount. See ya, Victor! Hope you enjoy the morning part. It won't be... Okay, I'll be an extra long stream to make up for the fact that I can't stream next time, but like, fuck no, not 12 hours. I've done a 12-hour stream. I remembered that stream. I basically ended up as a dead corpse. However, when we woke up, there was an unbelievably cruel reality waiting for us. Jojanaki and Jessica were crying over Shan-chan and Ken-kun's deaths. No, there won't be a 12-hour stream. Why is no one marked as dead yet? What the fuck? Guys, I can't do a 12-hour stream. I die. And there were 12 of us. Unbelievable, right? There were 18 up until yesterday. And one night, a third of that number had lost their lives. Agitation had finally slowed down, along with my lack of sleep from being woken up so early in the morning. God, if I have the energy for 12 hours, there's definitely gonna be like a break in between there to eat or some shit, but fuck. There's a stream on Thursday? Yeah, there's a Umineko stream. To get my vacation time, I had to switch up my Wednesday and Thursday day off for this week, so that's what happened. I want to think this is some kind of bad dream. Achiba escapism kept telling me that was true over and over again. Maria had gone back to sleep on the sofa Auntie Rosa was sitting in. Rather than her having nerves of steel, she probably generally hadn't had enough sleep. Ah, not the fucking gun. The adults were grasping members of grandfather's collection of short barrel rifles. Apparently a remnant from the period when he was obsessed with westerns and with the 4 identical guns together. And that just goes along with what I was saying before. Yep, not just one gun. I've suspected this since the very beginning of the game, since it was said that Kinzo had not just one gun, but a collection. That, like, you know, it was gonna happen. It's actually, it was part of the reason why I could even make my theory that Eva and Hideyoshi killed in the first episode, was because I went with the theory that they got guns from the collection and used them. Why is it so short now? It's really, it looks a lot more like a fucking weird pistol with that right now, yes. Maybe it's the angle? Those have been split between the 4 siblings. Uncle Kraus, Auntie Eva, my dad, and Auntie Rosa. There are boxes with bullets sitting on the table, and the siblings were silently loading their guns. It's a little scary. As I stand here touching this. You got a feeling Dad's about to go, don't touch that! Hit me. What the fuck? It looks like a toy in Kraus's hand too. What is happening here? They've always been that size. I guess that puts in different perspective the size of Kraus and Rudolph. They're fucking giants. Then aren't you lucky? No matter how much you touch it, you won't be hit again. Oh my god, it does look like a Reser gun in Rosa's hand. How massive are these men? A good fucking question. I haven't thought about before, but apparently they're like... Jesus Christ. Are they fucking... Can they compete with Wide Water? Also, Rosa has a gun. Oh, shit. I can't believe it. That father would make this convent. I did think that when it came to Kinzo-san, he would probably not die normally in his bed. Even so, it's too horrible. Hey, I wonder if that really is father. And once again, Kinzo was burnt to death and couldn't be identified. Well, I'm quite certain that means something now. I hadn't thought about it much since the burning the first time, but yeah, definitely in some way, Kinzo being burned alive is very important. Be it for the fact that he never truly dies, or in any of this, in reality, or like something else. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just representative of how bad all the corpses got mangled. Maybe it points to the fact the house may have burned down. Not sure. No, without doubt, that is father. You saw his toes, right? In general society, there are many humans with 6 toes on both feet. but
いないと
we
いう
can't say that there are none.
多種症は珍し
Or that
くない病気だ
polydactyl
と
isn't a rare disease. No, he lived till the end in episode 2, Carrie. Which is why I can't say it's an established pattern yet. Like, I feel almost like, okay, admittedly, it's assisted suicide in this case, but Canon once again died by seemingly their own hands. So, fine enough. So, like, I'm kind of safe saying that Canon has a suicide. That, mostly, but, like, we know he has an illegitimate kid. Yeah, like, in theory, it'd be fucking morbid as hell, but could the kid have multiple toes? Totally. It'd be morbid as hell for him to do, but if you, or the killer to do, but like, if you know where Beatrice is buried, which I presume she's buried on this island, you know, just go dig up the corpse, you burn it so no one can recognize it and no one can tell how long it's been dead for. No one would really be able to argue necessarily, would ya?
大仕掛けの大好きな方なんでしょ
There's a man who liked big tricks, right?
どこかで
He might have buried a body
両
from
足
somewhere
の
that had the
指
same
の
number of
数
toes
が
on
自
both
分
feet.
と同じな遺体を手配したかもしれないわバカバカしい
Preposterous.
そんなこと
Who would persist and do
何のため
something
に
like
する
that?
というのですか
Hey, have we got our update to our characters yet? No, they're still not fucking dead. What the fuck? Oh fuck, we got an update. Yellow line. Retired Endless Wisdom Beatrice's master. Made proper use of the endless magic, dedicate her life to the happiness and spouse of people. About Beatrice's endless magic and retired, believing that Beatrice would devote herself to people in the same way. You know, that fits with the idea that Beatrice is a servant. If you go with the, okay, so like, if you go with the idea that like kids who fail to be proper vessels for Beatrice's soul become servants for the mansion, and you consider that Virgilia is actually Kumasawa, then I guess that wouldn't be implausible. That kind of like helps point to it. She taught her magic, aka servant shit, and when she left, she was sure that she would be a good servant shit too, to make people happy. Turns out she was kind of angry. As well as being Beatrice's master, she was also the consulting mage of Beatrice's old home. For this reason, Virgilia interacted with her in the manner of a servant. It is said that this was responsible for causing Beatrice's egotism and excesses. I don't agree if it was a normal person. That's definitely Grandpa's burnt body. I mean, he's about half a foot shorter than him, but that's probably just shorter inches from the fire. Honestly, these people know nothing about what happens to a body after death. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought it. Oh god, what if all the orphans are his kids? You know that doesn't make sense, but maybe his father's kids and then abandons them. That'd be fucking horrific. Can't say for sure that what Kari-san says is nonsense. This hates if we would confirm the identity of a burnt corpse. However, there would be various ways to examine him from his teeth and his bone structure. Police investigated, they'd be bound to know whose body it was in an instant. And yet, when the police investigated, they couldn't figure out who even fucking died. Yeah. That's why what happens here can't either what we see in the episodes isn't what happened at all because the bodies aren't fucked up enough, or something happens after the episode ends that makes the bodies fucked up enough to be unidentifiable. The problem is, before the police, we need a telephone engineer. Yeah, no, it does make me wonder how it happened, because, like, theoretically, if it was a fire that is the reason for all the bodies being unidentifiable, then in theory, it means no one could be a killer. It literally means it could be an accident. It could be a tragedy where people just ended up dying because of a sudden outbreak fire due to some problem or another, you know? Or maybe it was carbon monoxide poisoning or something of the sort. Like, there are, depending on how, admittedly, that one wouldn't leave the bodies destroyed, but you know, you feel like they would have mentioned that the house burned down in episode 1? Maybe, Carrie, but the fact of the matter is they left out a huge detail of why were the bodies unidentifiable. Like, really? You would say that, oh no, you can't tell it's Eva Hideyoshi. I mean, Eva Ushiromiya. Like, wow, she has a stake in her head and everything. Like, oh, I can't tell who the fuck that is. Like, no, something has to have happened to the bodies after the fact. The boat probably won't come in this typhoon. The teeth should have survived, you think? Except the fact that the only person they managed to find teeth of was goddamn Maria. Her lower jaw was found. Like, Jesus crime. So, will it come tomorrow? I expect that the boat will come again at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Then I believe we will contact the police. Right, but you don't think the fires get high enough to destroy bodies if seen a typhoon? I don't know enough about hot fires to say otherwise. I just know sometimes if a fire gets hot enough, they can melt bones and fuse things to the clothing and shit. So it's like, maybe, but I just don't have enough information myself to know. Both us and the culprits. Have been imprisoned on the island, then until the typhoon passes. Okay, the specific wording at the end of episode 1 I just checked now is incidentally, as a result of an all-out police investigation, part of Maria's body, a piece of her jaw, was discovered. Not even the entire jaw, just a piece of it. It was one of the rare instances where a corpse was identified thanks to dental records. Since there were several unidentified body parts in that gruesome scene, this jaw was probably an extremely fortunate find. So that's something to think about. This more carrying conversation, you can probably figure out the general gist, but let's explain the situation anyway. First, early that morning, you find some quick searching and it doesn't look like house fires will get hot enough to destroy bones completely. That's why they have to just become mangled. It couldn't have been destroyed, you're right, but they have to become mangled or something. But from what is the big question. Anyway, we heard the water droplet. Let's check this shit out. Covered as a burnt corpse from the incinerator in the underground boiler room. Again? Again? What? What the fuck? Is this the first time that we've ended up with the person being dead in the exact same place in the exact same way? What the fuck? As there was no sign he fought to get out of this area, it seems reasonable to think he was burned after he was murdered. Too bad this time. Game over right at the start. What the fuck? Okay. Well, that's shitting so important. What the fuck? So is that true? Okay, if we take this as something like in Maria's notebook, like the Maria goes to the Rose Garden and Beatrice visits her and shit, then it means that someone was burned in the boiler room, in the incinerator of the boiler room. Like, someone was burned. Maybe it was fucking Kinzo, but I don't fucking know. No one can know. Maria certainly wouldn't know for certain. Corpse discovered in the second floor VIP room. The VIP room this time, okay. The murder weapon is assumed to be a gun or sharp spear object. Appreciation for his many years of service, NG shall be granted to live in the VIP room. Discovered on the first floor. The murder weapon is assumed to be, yep, same thing. For Shannon, the parlor whose view of the rose garden beautiful on sunnier days. In the chapel, the murder weapon, chapel of Ken, even after death, keep on protecting the place important to the Lord. 3rd floor, servants' quarters. The murder weapon is assumed to be he wanted to gain Kinzo's favor. The room next to the study is appropriate for him. In the 2nd floor guest room, the 7 guest room on the 2nd floor was her secret napping spot. That's interesting. Could have been a harpoon gun? Not sure. There's a lot of weird things around in this mansion, so it gets a bit difficult. In various places around the mansion, total 6 corpses of grandfather and other servants had been found one after another. First, grandfather had been fed to the flames in the boiler room and was completely burnt. You think they note that Kumasawa's corpse was stuck like a pincushion? The state of the bodies matters a lot. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the bloodstains here again. Something to the face. Something to this chest. Right. A rose-like bloom happened and then they died. Huh. I'm gonna go with something a bit more painful to think about, but you see these areas? You see these areas where there's almost a bigger splotch of blood? I think that's where they were actually hit. Because if the murder weapon is assumed to be gun or spear shaped, then it's a small point they were struck at. So if you go with that, Genji was struck in the neck. Shannon was struck in the chest. Cannon was struck in the abdomen, or the stomach, somewhere around there. Goto was struck in the neck or in the face. And Kumasawa was struck in the chest. With Kinzo not having any place like that on him because he was burned again. The cause of death was uncertain. It's weird because bullets and spear tips aren't similar. I think we're going to get more information now, so let's see what we can think about. According to Nandra's diagnosis, there was a high likelihood they'd been stabbed by something like a spear, perhaps possibly shot by a gun. That's why these dotes had started arming themselves with the rifles. And what made this situation more chaotic was that the telephone lines were out of order. It was unknown whether lightning had caused them to break down or whether the cover had destroyed them. In any case, contact with the outside world was broken off and couldn't contact the police. Until tomorrow morning, when the typhoon would pass and the boat would come, we have to protect ourselves. After all, Rokujin was now isolated by the typhoon. And just like how we were stuck in this island, so was the culprit. It seemed that Docha had stayed up the whole night, spending the whole time holding their family conference to the mansion's dining hall. Even so, this crime had occurred in the mansion. So right where the adults had been getting worked into a frenzy over money, murder had been killing under the same roof. Anachi said they were strict on locking the doors and windows that night. Yet some suspicion had entered the mansion. The adults had decided that the inside of the mansion was too large to be safe. So they pulled out the guns and moved to the guest house where we had been in. Which brings us to the present. George Aniki and us others begged to see Shan Chen's body. The adults refused point blank, saying that we must not until the police arrive. That was just because they sealed the room to preserve the scene. After all, the couple who had killed 6 people were about that mansion. The Ushiromiya family right now, the mansion should have been their home. It was like a danger zone that had an unknown murderer entering it. Makes sense, I mean, that the mansion is vast. There are plenty of blind spots and dark places, that's too vast to guarantee absolute safety with this number of people. In contrast, the guest house is a much smaller building than the mansion. 2 stories tall, number of rooms about 10. Apparently, they've been originally constructed as a boarding house for when the island was returned to a resort. A fucking boarding house? Keep that down. So it's easy to grasp the entire structure and easy to guarantee safety. That means a good place to hole up. It's enough. It is enough. And extremely high likelihood that this mass murder of 6 people is a game. Because Pro Gilbert has reclaimed that in a letter. Here, that Western style envelope with the family crest, just like the one Maria claimed to have received from Beatrice yesterday, been found in the boiler room where grandfather's corpse had been discovered. This is what that letter said. So that there will be no misunderstandings. The game I seek is whether or not you can solve the riddle of the epitaph, not whether or not you can catch me. Now resolve the riddle of the epitaph, the sacrifices will continue further increase in number. It'd be more wise to spend your time solving the epitaph than searching for me. If no one can solve the riddle of the epitaph, no one will survive. If a person appears with skill enough to solve the riddle of the epitaph, I will give them all the gold of the golden land, the Ushiro family headship, and all my power. I was only succeed the Ushiromiya headship from Kinzo-sama. I look forward to seeing who will receive the headship from me. Beatrice the Golden. Okay, so even though I came up with my Beatrice theory, there is the obvious issue of I don't know if Beatrice could write the letters. And by the way, I'm not like I don't know if Beatrice wrote these letters. You would think so, sure, but it's not entirely implausible that they couldn't. The riddle of the epitaph was that thing. A strange epitaph were in the same place as the portrait of the witch, displayed in the hall of the mansion. Grandfather was one that ordered to be written. The person who solved it would supposedly be given the family headship or the hidden gold or something like that. The most I can really think about this epitaph at the minute is just up to the line, there the key to the golden land sleeps. Actually, Beatrice is dead. Is that talking about her fucking grave? That wouldn't... Huh. As you travel down it, you will see a village. I guess you could call the hidden mansion a village in a way. A self-sufficient place and all that. In that village, look for the shore that the two speak of. A key can also be an island, maybe, but I leave solving the epitaph more up to chat than me, because I work on solving the mystery. The epitaph is related to the mystery, but I'm not quite in sync for that kind of shit. But knowing that Beatrice is dead does give the idea that maybe this is trying to point you towards the starting place of Beatrice's grave, which would make enough sense in some ways. In that village, look for the shore that the two speak of. Huh. Wait, is this talking about where fucking where Beatrice died? Like, literally on that spot? If you go with where the two speak of, then... I mean, theoretically, I could buy that shit, honestly. Hannah did mention the guy who saw the epitaph midway through this episode. Yeah. Honda, yeah. I just don't know how you interpret the Twilights, I guess, is a big problem. Like, okay, fine. If this is leading you to a starting point to search, up until this point here, what the fuck is the rest of this doing? I don't really know. On the first Twilight, sacrifice is 6 chosen by the key? Search for the Sweetfish River. The epitaph is like the 5th result. Wow, that's terrifying. But, like, it's confused. So, like, okay, fine. If it's actually just leading you on this first portion to the cliff where Beatrice died, then Fine enough. Fine enough. Okay, fine. We don't have to actually decipher much of it, and that's helpful. But then it just... What if you get to Beatrice's death site / her grave? What does the rest of this shit even mean? On the first twilight, sacrifice is chosen by Beatrice, or the key. Like, is there another meaning of sacrifice I'm just not thinking of? I didn't make note that the order of the gouging is from top to bottom, but I don't know how that relates necessarily. Ever since it was first played there several years, like, if you guys can, hey, Rush, Punda, if you have any place where, like, people were actively theorizing at the time about this shit, I'd be interested in reading about it, because I want to hear more theories about the riddle, but, like, I'm lost in some ways. Ever since it was first played there several years ago, all the road is... Also, I'm quite sure that there has to be... Like, this fucking location right now, the guest house has to relate in some fucking way. You do not? Sucks. Because, like, look, the guest house was built 2 years ago. The portrait of Beatrice was made 2 years ago. Goto was recruited 2 years ago. Like the epitaph was put up for everyone to see 2 years ago. And, like, around the time of the fucking resort. So, like, it's possible that it exists. That mentions it somewhere. I'm just like, And it's even been challenging that riddle in the privates. However, up to that day, no one had solved it. I once again been told to solve that unintelligible riddle, and this time we had been threatened that if we didn't solve it, we would be killed. If this wasn't a game, what would you call it? The bold opinion that we should search the premises of the cupboard did come up once. However, there's a good chance they were armed, and there wasn't necessarily only one of them. And while they might have been able to kill more than 6 people, they had stopped at 6. In the end, the opinion that we should avoid carelessly antagonizing the culprit and open a safe place where we wait for the police to arrive one out. I cannot put how much I just want to look up this fucking answer, honestly. I'm not going to, but it's hard to say I don't fucking want to. After the adults carefully checked the doors and windows in the guest house were locked, they set up a camp in the lobby. And as they figured in their guns to distract themselves with the tension, the excursion showed that they were fatigued from this long day, which had still barely begun. There's nothing I could do. Now all I could do was be taught how to use a gun. If you haven't figured out by the end of episode 7, I'll be able to tell you. I mean, it's just... Like, I guess part of the problem with me trying to figure it out is... Maybe it's very likely I'm thinking about it wrong. Like, what if this isn't talking... What if the Twilights aren't talking about it? Aren't individual steps for places you have to go? What if they're talking about, like, oh, just go to the church, dumbass. That's all this means. Like, I have a hard time switching my thought process once I'm started going into it. So it's a bit hard for me. Remember the off chance that something would happen which led to an excess of guns. That's the way. Literally stay there, me and the rest of you. 6 people in the beginning again. This time it's grandfather and all the servants put together. Remember when you said the earliest anyone solved it was sometime in episode 3? We haven't reached that point yet. Okay. But, like, it's just... So it bothers me mostly because I just don't know. Is the fact that the gouging happens from head to toe important? I don't know. It might be. It might tell you, like, oh, you need to start from the top and go down or something. Or maybe it means something else. Why do you need to know 2? The silence. Fuck. Yeah, no, the Twilights is so confusing. If you take the part of the Twilights which tells you to gouge as being to mean go from top to bottom, then in a certain way, like, okay, you start here, you go northwest, northeast and stuff, like, fine. That makes actually enough sense, I'd say. But then how do you know when to stop walking? When do you stop walking? Do you have to put a body overlay on your mind when you're on the map? You would say this, you give the epitaph without context, someone who doesn't know what you mean actually, pretty sure there's a 0% chance of solving it? I mean, that makes enough sense to me. I would be kind of surprised if, like, it doesn't seem like a riddle you should be able to solve without context. We know what key, twilight, and gouge mean. It seems like, at times at least, key refers to Beatrice. Okay, so sometimes key refers to Beatrice. Is it all the time? Probably not, but when does it switch meaning? I don't know.
おそらく
Most likely,
あの子は前
that
回の
child
ゲー
is
ムでのあ
carefully
なた
studying
の
moves
作
from the
戦を
last
慎
game.
重に研究したのでしょう。そしてあなたが
And she
最
placed
初
the
に
high
疑
priority
って
upon
高
taking
い確
pieces
率
which
で
she guessed
推
you were
定さ
most
れる
likely to
駒を
first suspect.
最優先で奪ったに違いありませんよ。
筋だな。
That makes sense.
前回も前々回も
Both last time and the time before
屋
that.
敷に設置
Servants who know everything about the mansion who walk around with Beatrice is always the highest on the list of suspicious people.
常に最高順位で疑わしい人物だった。前回のゲームの
For example, last game is
例え
Jessica's
ば
locked room.
ジェシカの密室がいい例だ。使用人が
I
犯
only
人であ
accepted
る
the
ことを
servant's
認め
culprit.
さえすれば
That wouldn't have been in a locked room at
あ
all.
んなのは密室でも何でもない。
You mean it seems unlikely the journey would take 10 days or even 10 hours? Yeah, no, it is a problematic time because it's... If you did actually start the journey at the place where Beto died, then, and if you started there, then my idea that the thing is fucking underwater is increasingly reasonable. See ya, Punda. Hope you have a great time. Hope I can see you Thursday. But yeah, so... What, is it like under the fucking Torii gate or something? That was something we saw once, right?
故に
That was...
あ
Therefore,
の子はそこを真
that
っ先
child
に
went
切り
straight for them.
あなたがや
He
がて
probably
逃げ
immediately
込む
went
で
to
あろう
block that
回
way of
路を
escape
真っ
that
先
you
に
would
塞ぎ
ultimately
に来たの
retreat
でしょう。
into.
ベアとはすでに赤で
He'd already proclaimed and read that there are no more than 18 people on this
いない
island.
と宣言している。それはつま
So
り
basically,
諦めろって
she's saying give it up.
もう俺
I
は
have to suspect one of the 18.
18人の誰かを疑わざるを得ない。
あの子はその
That
18
child
人
will
の
probably
駒
come
を
at you by
全
stealing
て
pieces
奪
for
い
the
切った上で
18 and
存在
sending
し
as a
ないはず
19th
の
person who
19
shouldn't
人目として
exist.
降臨しあなたに自らが魔女であることを認めさせる手で来るでしょ
Thereby
う。
making you accept that she is a witch.
「魔法を見せつけることで強引に屈服させる。
That is because now that her intimidation strategy of trying to force you to submit by showing you magic has failed.
あの子にさせるのは成功法だけなのですから。
She can only make a frontal assault. Oh yeah, go throw out whatever. Seriously, Gary in the Discord or in the chat, if you ever want to make a theory, go the fuck ahead. I encourage it entirely. Perfect. So does that mean Twilight, one of them is a period of decline? You're thinking maybe refers to going down a mountain? Huh. There are a couple high mountains here. That's not a bad idea, in fact. But we do not know enough about the general geography of this place to really know where the fuck you're supposed to go. Perfect. Bluffing won't work anymore.
気をつけて。
Be careful.
まやかしは魔女
Deception
の
is
最
a
も得意
witch's
とする
strongest
ところ。
points.
あの子が何を言おうと、何を見せようと。
No matter what that child says or shows you,
あなたが信じる真実を決して脅かすことなどで
it
きない
definitely
の
won't
です。
threaten the truth that you believe in.
それを忘れないで。
Don't forget that. You looked up key and didn't see anything out your eye, yeah. Sure. I'll be damned, the same moves are going to work on me over and over again. Get out here, Beatrice. Let's get started.
すでに勝負のテーブルに着席しておるわ。
I'm already seated at the match table. My turn too is already complete.
終了しておる。
マダムを敵に回すことになるとは
Imagine that Madame would turn out to be our enemy.
厄介ですね、お嬢様。
How unfortunate, Madame.
手の内をだいぶ読まれますよ。
Our moves will be read thoroughly and truthfully.
かま
That is no problem.
わん。お師匠様の指し手など。
Master's moves are outdated classics.
恐るるに足り
There's nothing to fear.
あなたが私の教えた古典以上の何をさせるのか。
What moves can you make beyond the classics I taught you?
期待しています
I'm
よ。
looking forward to seeing it, Beatrice.
いいのか
Isn't that alright, battler?
魔女を否定す
If
る
a person who denies witches as yourself accepts a witch as a strategist.
くだらねえ挑発は無用だ。
That's your provocation is useless.
こいつは俺の相
First
談
one's my visor. No, my second.
セコンドだ。ガチンコで殴り合うのは
That doesn't change one bit that this is a fist fight between you and me.
分かっておる。
I understand.
よちよち
You're
の
so wobbly that you probably need training wheels on your
自転車に
bicycle.
補助輪が必要だろ。好きにする
Do
な。
as you like.
さあ始めろ。
Come
お
begin.
前の手番だ。
It's your turn.
事件現場の再構築から始める。
This is... I need to stop now. Partially because this is actually a really good time to stop, and partially because my throat's starting to get... I'm starting to cough a shit ton bit again. Because, holy crap, I had to do so much... My god, Vito, why did you make me do all that? Oh my fucking god. Oh, my throat. Blech. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit tired too. But God, okay, there's a lot. You know, maybe you shouldn't have rebroken your voice last stream. Yeah, that oh my God, I went into like a fucking good minute-long or 2-minute-long coughing fit last stream because of how much I was doing. God, that was terrible. Hey, where's the CG for fucking beat? Where's the goddamn CG with the like what the fuck? Shouldn't there be a CG of a horse on a stuff and shit? What the fuck? Weird. Or is it here? No? Weird. Alright, I wonder why. Anyway. Thank you everyone for coming to today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be streaming some trails tomorrow instead of anything else because of breaks and vacation stuff. But we will do more resuming Umineko for a bit on Thursday, so do check on around then. But until then. Thank you all again for coming to today's live stream. I hope you all enjoyed. First time coming, suggest you subscribe and notification post or wherever I'm streaming. If you have anything in comment, leave a comment down below. If you like my video, leave a like and share the video around with whoever you might think would like it. And until next time now, I'm gonna get up close. I'm gonna get quiet. And I'm going to say goodbye.